I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's Daily Review. Today is April 13, Thursday, 2023. All right, so we had this wonderful bullish candle today. Price opened up and went way farther than I thought, but we caught it all. Take a look here. We have to show you on a 4 hour. Let me go straight to a 4 hour. And you'll see here that we had this level marked for a couple days now, maybe even longer. I don't remember, but watch previous videos so this makes sense. So the top side, wasn't sure if it was going to reach this high. Apparently it did, because it didn't want to break these levels down here. So that being the case, you got support here. See that support here with these 4 hour blocks here, these demand blocks right here. All right, doesn't break down, constantly making higher lows. Just to show you, all right, higher low, higher low, higher low. See that? None of it's breaking. So let me go back to this. See this here? So we had this high as a level of liquidity target. I mean, look how it went right to it. So just to show you, this isn't random. This isn't buyers and sellers. This isn't me just, cherry picking after the fact. I mean, I've been telling you days that that this is a possibility. Now we have this possibility too, which is a 50% wick level, this dotted line right here. And we just we're still bullish. I mean, I want it to be bearish, obviously, because of me understanding the macro level, but it's just not ready. It's not breaking these blocks. So you can see the higher lows being formed right here. Right? So I'm not, even though I took a trade yesterday for it to continue down, it didn't go down. So what am I going to do? Am I going to cry about it? Are some of you wishing that I would fail? If you are, you're wasting your time, because I ain't. The reason why I'm saying this is because you can still catch the buy, right? You can still be a part of it going up. Right, so you see what we got here. We got the levels here marked, and now the market's closed. All right, let me show you something. Let me go to a 5 minute real quick. I want you to see this. Do you see how it just taps it? Look. There's not even a body rested on it as far as the 5 minute goes. It taps it 1, 2, 3 times. That's not by accident. This is not coincidence. And like I said, I've got this level marked out for days. Okay? So if it's going to go up to the upside, what are your targets? Well, we obviously have that high, the previous day high, right? All that liquidity there with that high. Okay? And this level that I got marked out. And it just come on. Right to it, and then decides to turn. Now, I'm not saying we can't keep going up. I'm not going to say we're not going to retrace and go up. I'm not going to say that we can't sink down. It doesn't matter. The point is the targets are the targets as far as upside and downside. You know what they are. You can tell. You can see what they are. So look real quick. Let's just finish this. So took the sell here. All right. When this price, so we opened up. We took out liquidity right there for the previous day. Previous day low was that right there. So we took that out, and Asia came up, and then we had news today. Okay, at 8:30, spiked up, came all the way back down, and took out that liquidity again. And then this is a very common trait. It'll stay if it's bullish. It doesn't have to be, but what I like to see is that if it comes into like the last candle here, this one right here, and doesn't break below, it's a higher low. Right? And it just flies up. All right. And then when you see with speed and with constant bullish candles, I know exactly what kind of day it is. It's searching for liquidity. It's on a program to go and hunt that liquidity. So you don't fight it. You just go with it. So also we had a divergence here happening on Dow. This was another. So we had price of dollar coming down. and then just staying in its zone when it came underneath that low, took out that low, and it stayed into this zone here on dollar, stayed into that zone and almost took that low out, and it's consolidated. When it consolidates like that, indices are going to start, everything's going to start moving. So kind of busts out. But here is your divergence here. You had two of them. So you had one right here between 755 and 830. Dow went lower, and you had higher lows in NAS and S&P. But I still waited because I was going to wait for 930 open anyway, because of the manipulation. And sure enough, Dow came all the way down, made another lower low, and they made a higher high. So this was a super obvious, like, okay, yeah, it's time to retrace, and where are our targets? Now, I drew this yesterday. I drew this resistance block right here. So if it was going to be bearish, I knew we would come up to this area and then turn around. But guess what the price did? It didn't turn around. All right. Yeah, you might see it come back right here. And this was just a fake move, but they came back up and they kept going up. So once it broke these levels, and you can see it's very clear, like on the 1 minute, you can see very clear that it's just running. Like, look at the language of it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the way it's just constantly running. All right. It's not structured like this. You're not seeing anything like this or like this, right? It's just running, and these lows don't get broken. These higher lows don't get broken. Look at, you can see them, right? See them? See them? They don't break. They don't break. This is the first time you see like real break. Well, you saw it here, but that's like in the middle of nowhere. Whoops. That's like sitting in the middle of nowhere, honestly. Like all you did was just take up this high, and that was it. But you know you got all this imbalance up here, more. So this doesn't mean nothing. You don't have to look at it like, oh yeah, take my profit now. No, I mean for longer term holding. Anyways, here's the trade. Very, very, very clean. I mean, one of the cleanest days I've ever seen. Damn near. But take a look. You see it. I show you this every day, right? Took liquidity there. Stayed in with this line right here on the 5 minute. Stayed in that block. Didn't break down. Broke up. Came back in. Boom. All right, you're an immediate buyer if you want to take that block right there. So what I did, I wait for a second confirmation. Price went all the way up, came back in, made two demand blocks. All right, boom, I'm in. Where's the stop loss? Technically, I could have put it right here, right? But I wanted to be on the safe side, and I put it underneath half of the first block, because the algorithm will sometimes kind of like reach for it, and I don't want to get stopped out. So that's where I put my stop loss. And this is kosher. This is happening every day. So obviously price came back in, came into this block, and now we're sitting at the opening day gap, which is this purple line. Look how the body's respected there. Okay. And you had opportunities all over the place. I mean, you could have got in again here. You could have got in with this imbalance right there. You could have, I mean, this was rough, but you could have wait for the manipulation to come down, and then wait for the price to break up and come back in and tap at least this or one of these. Either you could have tapped in with this gap right here and this imbalance, or you could wait it again till it came up and came back into one of these imbalances. You know, pretty much, and you could find opportunities the whole way. But the big picture here, you have to understand, is that I'm not freaking out. I'm not freaking out because I took this trade yesterday. I'm shooting my shot. If it's going to be the big drip, then I'm going to catch it. If I don't, guess what? I'm making money the whole way. And guess what? I took 50% when it did not break this low. When the price came down and took this low, I knew we were going up hard. All right. And I wanted it to come and retrace here, and I had 50% off. The other 50% obviously is gone. All right. Stop. It's done. I'm already in this trade, and I am completely out of this trade. I didn't leave any runner. I don't need to. Reaching this level and the way it just, the way it stopped like that, I don't need to worry about anything. This is a beautiful trade. This was over 400 points, and I'm completely happy. But understand the logic here and how I'm framing it, and understand. Is there anything else I wanted to mention? I thought I was on the 1 minute maybe. No, that's pretty much it. But just look at the levels respecting. I need to go back to a 5 because they don't really show. But yeah, blew right through this, so not worried about that. Now, as far as tomorrow goes, I mean, take a look at this daily candle. You know, big, massive. Well, no, I'm sorry, not there. 4 hour maybe. All right, so now we have this. We have an imbalance in this price here, but we're still steady bullish. And taking a look here. Man, when is this thing going to stop? It might be a real deep retracement now. I mean, again, it's not breaking lower. So if it's not breaking lower, then we're going higher, right? So if that's the case, the next stop would be this high right here with this 50% of the wick right there, where I have this question mark. And we'll see how it goes. We have news tomorrow, Friday at, I believe, 8:30 for consumer sentiment, and something else at 10 o'clock. So 8:30 and 10 o'clock, you got news, and should be very interesting what they do here with that. They might do one final push, and it might be one of these, where we're this is kind of like what's been going on with us here. If you take a look on the left side, it's kind of, and this was much difficult, and this is super easy. I mean, this is a little too easy in a way, because it just keeps showing you higher lows. At least over here, you had definitely a lot of manipulation here, right? Coming back, look at these, coming back 3 times until we get to a final peak, and then we got to deal with that all over again. So, yeah, they rushed right for it. So we'll see. It should be interesting. I don't see us breaking the 35,000 level. I don't see that. Wouldn't make any sense to me. But to get this far already is pretty interesting to me as well. So we'll see. But the dollar, it's gonna be key at this point, because when I made the prediction yesterday, I assumed that dollar would have kicked back up. I thought it would have just bounced off from here and kind of went up, but it decided to come down like that. So, like, where would the dollar go now? I mean, it's like running. It's like, you're gonna take that low out and keep sinking. I don't see that happening. I see us kind of reversing, or maybe I want it to reverse. That's another thing. I am a little married to the dollar going up and indices going down, only because I know what year we're in, and it's a little too early to be like, all right, we're going back to being, normal economics. So that's actually what happened from yesterday to today. But again, remember, I don't have to miss the trade. I'm not a swing trader. I'm not a position trader, right? I'm a day trader, right? So I'm not going to miss stuff like this. For me, it's very easy to catch this counter trend, even if I didn't have intentions of going up here. But I'm not going to stop the train. I mean, if it's going to keep going, I'm going to let it go. And then obviously you'll see that we're bullish. And actually, if you look at S&P, ooh, I got to find that, but let's see here. Yeah, S&P was doing the same thing. They were constantly being bullish as well. The higher lows here, they took off. They were getting into their wick. They wanted to take out the previous day's high. So S&P has been, not saying that they've been the leader in the market, but they are the general average in the market. So we might be taking up this high now. We might take out this high and get up into this gap. We might, and that is going to reflect Dow as well, because where did it go? We still have potential on the upside as well, if you want to really think of. I mean, I didn't expect this to happen, but at the same time, These are the highs, and we have that wick. See that wick right there on the daily? We also have that high, which we talked about, and we have it drawn right there. Right there. We have that high, and then we have this wick and that high. So we can come right back into this wick. Does it come and take out that wick? I mean, shit, anything's possible at this point. So we are still bullish. All right, you guys take care until the next video. God bless.